I hear with James Stewart for RaceFX Films, it's official, you finally have landed somewhere for 2012. What the heck took so long?
Well, I just wanted to make the right decision. I wasn't in a rush. You know, it was actually quite nice to be able to, you know, make sure I was making the right decision. And, you know, when I wasn't racing outdoors, you know, I had a lot of times to, you know, ride different brands and meet with different people. And I think it was good. You know, honestly, I was back at the house. You know, I rode pretty much, you know, every week since the outdoor series. Sometimes I get super pissed off that I'm not racing and go do motos at 2 o'clock, you know, when those guys are going out. But I'm sorry it took so long, but I think it was definitely worth the wait. And, you know, I've known this whole time that I was, you know, 2012 is a big year for all of us. And, you know, I was looking forward and wanted to make sure I was making the right decision.
Now, a lot of people saw you on the Yamaha the last couple of years, and there's a lot of talk about the performance of that bike. Is this bike a lot different than the Yamaha you're on before, or is it not the bike and that wasn't a problem all along?
Well, you know, obviously, you know, last year I did struggle a lot, and, you know, it's no secret. And I think what the difference is just having, you know, this whole facility and having these guys being able to, hey, I want to see, you know, how much weight is on the front tire or how much weight is on the back, or can we change the handlebars and all these different things. And I think these guys are the ones that can do that. So I'm looking forward to it. I think when we get to Anaheim, I think we're going to have something pretty special. And, you know, I just think the atmosphere being around J-Bone, my old guy back at Kawasaki, and then with Coy, and just the whole relaxing and just being in North Carolina, being out of California, I think it's something I need. And you know, with the whole program, the last team I was on, it was just so much going on, you know, on and off the racetrack. And I think with these guys, it's more about just coming out here, let's have a good time, let's have fun at racing, and I think it's going to be good.
Did you ever want to run your own team? That's almost what you fell into last year. Was that really the plan? Was that something you wanted to keep doing? Or is this the type of situation that you really wanted all along?
Well, you know, I think for sure, you know, I definitely wanted, any racer want to be his own boss, you know, but I think at the same time, it wasn't, you know, I think the biggest thing, the difference between mine and Chad's team, I didn't bring sponsors in, you know what I'm saying, and you know, it wasn't the crew that I built, it wasn't a race shop that I built and stuff, and it was good. You know, we had a top-notch facility there, but at the same time, it's not like you can go to bed at night, man, this stress about sponsors and all this stuff. They're not really your sponsors, you know. You feel like you're taking care of something else, and I think, you know, with the whole everything that went down during the season, and you know, the races crashing and what happened in Florida, and the letting go of Larry, I think it got to a point where it was really hard to really just focus on everything racing, and we did a good job. You know, every time I came to the race, I was 100% ready to race and stuff. But you know, when you would lose the race and you would go back to on Sunday and you realize all these things are going on, it was difficult. But you know, at the end of the day, you know, I looked at it as, you know, we had a lot of stuff going on. We had a lot of, you know, ups and downs, you know, with the races and stuff like that. But we was 9 points from going into Salt Lake City, and I was leading the race. So, you know, I look at it as a positive. You know, I think, you know, getting fourth place, to me, if I don't win, I don't care if I get 20. It doesn't really matter to me. But I think this year is going to be a lot different.
And you said, I know you said you watched the TV shows during the summer outdoors, and you said you're riding even at the same time. You intended to get back to outdoors one way or another all along?
Yeah, for sure. You know, I think in 2009, it was a whole deal. You know, I think coming off 24-0, and then, you know, trying to get into that, you know, just things didn't happen. And the thing is that people forget to realize, and even myself, you know, it was always based around Supercross only deal. I didn't build it. I came onto it. Yep. You know, and obviously, yes, I did sign there, but at that time, you know, being let go by Kawasaki and not really having a lot of options, that's where I ended up landing at. And in 2010, I got hurt, and obviously I tried coming back, and that didn't work out too well for me. I just remember being out there just so frustrated and not being ready. It was kind of rushed to be back. I shouldn't have been out there racing, but I came back anyway. And in 2012, we got to some outdoor testing and stuff like that. Or 2011, we got to outdoor testing, and it was a bummer. I remember when I had to put the press release out, I turned my phone off and just went nuts, because obviously it was something that I wanted to do, but I knew racing with those guys, you had to be competing, and I felt like if I didn't take this season off, I think I would have been in the same situation as 2012, being on the same team and all this stuff, and I couldn't go through it again. So we decided to bite the bullet and take the heat and make the right choice, and that's why we're here.
All right. I think one thing that maybe people are going to learn from this is there's so much behind the scenes. Yamaha's blue, no matter what team you're riding for, and people think just get on it and just race it. Yeah. It doesn't really work that way at this level.
No, it definitely doesn't. You know, and I think I mean, you see Villapoto. I mean, you saw how, you know, he was battling with Chad and also Chad confidence and
right.
Dungey confidence. You know, it's not all of a sudden they woke up and just got better or just got in shape. I think it's when things click and you find a bike that you like and you know, what's going on and the semi and things are just working. I mean, you saw how everything switched at, you know, Millville. Chad was going into it. He was the guy who was going to win the championship. Had the second crash in the, had to crash in the second moto, and then Dungey wins, and we're thinking he's 1 point within, and he goes to Washougal and all this. You know, he's the guy, and then all of a sudden you get to Unadilla, a new 2012 bike comes out, and Villapoto. So I think that's the difference at this level. We're all so close. You know, we're all out there fighting for, you know, percentages and stuff like that. And I think it comes down to if you're just showing up at a race and you're happy on the team that you're on, this is something you want to be on. I think it translates to what Ryan was doing this year at the end of the season. And, you know, I think that's what going into the outdoors I didn't have. And I felt like we barely made it through Supercross. There was no way we was going to try to go out and do it outdoors. And I felt like if I didn't make that change and make the hard call, then I was going to be back in the same situation I was this year. And, you know, probably wouldn't be racing if I was in that.
All right, my last thing, North Carolina, I live here now. Any chance you bring one of those Lamborghinis or something up here and we get to tool around and hang out, or too cold right now? What's up?
Well, one, it's too cold. Second, I don't have a Lamborghini. I still got my Audi, but that's my baby over there. But I don't know. I coming up here, I haven't rode the track yet. You know, I hear it's awesome and stuff. I love the place. You know, we were staying downtown Charlotte. It's a little rough down there, but it was fun. But, you know, like I said, it's just the atmosphere and being around Coy and Javon and being able to just work on the motorcycle, coming up here, and this is basically the factory team say, all right, let's change this, let's try this and stuff. I think that part's cool. So to answer your question, probably not in the month of December or January. Nothing's coming up here, but I'll be up here soon enough. I got 3 years I'm here, so maybe I'll just pull this thing out and drive around town in that deal.
Yeah, all right. I'll just pay him for my driveway for that. Pull on up. That's James Stewart. As you can tell, he's a very happy guy to have the big decision behind him. Wish you luck next year, man.
Thank you.
Yep.